Hi everybody, Koy here with your UniKOY Intuition. But today we're gonna do a little inner child play, and I'm just listening to a little playlist in my ear because you know, Instagram be, I don't know. Sometimes they cut your stuff off, sometimes they don't, whatever. But other side of the game, it's Erykah Badu's playing right now. But I'm just going. I feel like drawing. So y'all know I'll probably talk to y'all intermediately in between while I'm drawing. I have no idea what I'm drawing, but I'm just relaxing right now and doing some art. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's, loving and lighting. Loving and lighting up, whatever, whatever floats your boat. I'm going to hold on, guys. I'm gonna send these out. So how's everybody doing? I know I'll be coming on at random times of the day, but I will make this a video. Y'all can check out my YouTube channels. The link is in the bio. Any of the little Chocolate City, the little Go-Go official DC the design I did. Unlikely Friends is also on there. The Jensen designs are up there as well. You can go to the regular shop. There's a couple of links in the bio. I might need to clean them up, but I don't remember if I did I send it yet to, I don't know if I sent it to, do I have my illustration ones out there? I'm not sure. But yeah, I just felt like drawing today. And I know people pop in and out. I may talk, Spirit might give me something to talk about. Make sure you thank God for your day, the things you have, things you're blessed with. Talk to your ancestors, say hello to them. Make sure you're talking to the ones that have your best interest at heart. What else? That's all. I'm just going to probably draw a little bit. I'll give you some tidbits along the way. But yeah, so for me, coloring. So when I talk to y'all about, okay, of course there's like inner child work. There's like inner child work that's like healing trauma and stuff like that, right? And learning your attachment styles. But also there's like inner child play, right? Tapping into those things that enjoy doing as a kid. I don't know what I'm making right now. So also, I just wanted to, I do want to give y'all some tips. There's just some things I've noticed in the tarot community. Those of you who watch tarot or things like that on YouTube. Pray before you listen. Do not put yourself in a situation you are not in. Like, if it's not something you're sure that's happened, don't take it as, your story, right? I don't know. So, yeah, so basically think about it like so y'all know when I take breaks, right? When I tell y'all I'll take breaks, live and let love, guys. So yeah, so y'all know when I take breaks, and I usually am very transparent about when I take breaks. Hey sis. So when I take breaks, it's because I do not want to project whatever I'm trying to sift through on personal readings or readings to the collective, readings to, you know, the world, whatever, right? So I try to be very careful about that. But some readers do it because some people just have that energy, right? But if you are, you know, working in the light and you're working for a spirit of God, and that doesn't mean that we're not going to have bad information, right? Because not all light workers, but some light workers work in the duality. Like I technically can work in the duality of things, right? So I can pull positive or negative cards, but I can also, you know, spread some love and light with that. And I usually try to like ask for spirit to give something positive for that person to do with the negative that's coming out, right? So there are some people projecting or trying to tell people to follow certain things, right? So like if you watch any of the like divine union counterparts, twin flame, things like that, most readers who work in the light and understand that process will not tell you to walk away if you know it's your twin or you know it's your divine counterpart, unless the contract has been broken and hasn't been renegotiated, or the how do you explain it? Like if there's an understanding that it's not happening, right? But there are some people who are projecting like what their standard of relationship means to them and what they would tolerate and what they are telling you not to tolerate. So they'll be like, well, this person happened. And y'all know that like twins and yous go into separations and things like that, which is why they have to heal. And I was watching a couple of readers talking about this topic, and I've talked about it before, like if y'all look at my old videos. And I think it's really odd that people are using so much energy to interject into people's like situations. It's weird, and like monies and things like that. Like that's strange to me, right? Like, why are you interjecting into people's lives? Anybody? Like, why? People don't want to, you know, get over, you know, things. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird. So just be careful. Use your discernment when you're listening to readers and things like that. And if you don't feel, you know, good vibes and things like that, and if that person doesn't like, if that person freaks you out, like, they're not working in the light. I'm just gonna tell you that. Anybody that's had a personal reading from me knows that I don't, even if I see something that's a tower moment or something like that, I usually be like, okay, it's a tower moment, but it means something has to be rebuilt, right? Or this had to crumble because it was based on a faulty foundation, whatever, right? And even with the death card, the devil card, there's still good information. The devil card comes out, that's also Capricorn energy. But also it's just toxic behaviors, addictions, things like that. Like, we human, we all got stuff with us, you know what I'm saying? So what else? So there's another card that people forgot. Oh, the death rebirth card. The death card, also kind of like the tower, is that some things have to be reborn, you know? Some things have to have a death, you know, whether it's a restart of a relationship, a new job that you have to walk away from because of, you know, I don't know, whatever. So people have to stop being so scared of like that type of transformation, because that's kind of how you get to the other side of things, right? And then you can tell those people that walk in they, you know, that own who they are, they're happy in what they're doing, you know, they're doing exactly what they want to do. And also, like, we gotta stop listening to other people. There's nothing wrong with getting advice, there's nothing wrong with getting therapy, but to listen to so many people that are around us, and I talked about this yesterday, just because there's a lot of that happening. You gotta do what you want to do, right? So, but you gotta do it with love and light. You can't just be like, I'm going on this journey, and this is how I feel, and you know, this is what's happening because this, you know, like, and that's where it's like, that's the transformation part, right? Hey, Jewel. So like that's the transformation part. It's like you go through that stage because it's shedding of your old skin, you know. But then you should come out of that. If you haven't come out of that, it means you haven't gone through an ego death. That means you haven't gone through a dark soul of the night. And you can have these transformations multiple times. Like, I've definitely had them multiple times. So, for me, it's, I don't know. I just been seeing a lot of responsible readers who are upset with the irresponsible readers. But some of these readers that are irresponsible, they're not readers. They're like trying to track their own lives, and so they're spying on people, and they're trying to sabotage, and their karmic energies. It's wild, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all because there's certain things that people in the world don't want to happen so that we can progress and move forward. You know? So, and so, yeah, so I try to balance my energy by, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I kind of stopped watching TV for a while. Like, I'm not even really on it, watching any TV. Like, I watch a little bit every once in a while. I'm watching things that expand, you know, what I'm trying to learn and where I'm going in my path. And then drawing, art, dance, like those are things I like to do in my free time. I do stretching, yoga, things like that. Now, I don't do nothing, y'all, by the book. I don't do nothing structured or anything like that. I do a lot of things intuitively. I listen to my body. I listen to the music. And so I've always been that way. But what's cool is that that's actually a very spiritual thing to do when you feel music, even if it's not what you would consider like, oh, the dance that everybody's doing, whatever, right? It's about you really feeling that music, and you can tap into your ancestors like that and everything. It's very interesting. So you have to learn to play, right? Like, so, like, I'll give y'all an example. I really liked Halloween when I was little. I really liked playing dress up. I liked playing make believe. I was also in ballet, and so I liked costumes and things like that. Hence, how y'all see me every Halloween bang out a costume, right? And you know, the unicorn thing and everything. So all of these are things that I do, but it's attached to my childhood, my inner child self, my purest self, right? And I tried to stay connected to those things. One, because it felt good. That's how I feel good, is doing those type of things. But if you tap in, as adults, we tend to, especially adults with, like, when we start getting kids and things like that, we tend to lose that. We tend to try to get our children to, like, not stay in that too long because of what our perception of it is instead of their perception. You're actually supposed to keep that magic, and that magic is God. That magic is spirit. That magic is their purpose. So even believing in whatever, Santa, now you can find your ways to talk about those things, right? You ain't got to be, it doesn't got to be on the commercial side. But we have to learn how to allow their imagination to flow, allow them to believe in magic, because there is magic. There is magic. You can't tell people to believe that Jesus turned water into wine and tell them they can't believe in magic. That's what don't make no sense. They supposed to believe in the things that they can't see or understand, which is really how they build their relationship with God. That's how they build their relationship with spirit. That's how they build their relationship in nature. So you gotta let that part of you be released, because at some point, and this is an exercise I give people a lot. So you write a letter to yourself. You try to track back the first time an adult or somebody told you or took away that pure moment, took away that innocence of you that you can remember, or that time that you became more focused on what, you know, the standards are to have where we actually reside versus what you felt in your heart. Like, so you got to figure out what were those things that you passed up on, and what were the things what was the age and who said those things to you to switch you that. And you got to write a letter to that version of yourself and apologize and address whatever you need to address, and then start doing those activities again, because most likely in a past life or previous life, you were tapped into that already. When some people are really good at certain things, like some people are really good at numbers, but you find out in the past life, they might have been some type of, weird scientist or mathematician. You don't really ever know, but you gotta keep grounded in those things that just really pull on your heart, right? That really kind of make you just be like, oh yeah, I really enjoy doing this. And if you don't have those things, start trying different things, because you may not have had the opportunity, which a lot of people don't have the opportunity to even hold on to that innocence or to be able to tap into that. But think about something really small. It's really cool. So I just wanted to tell people to be careful, be responsible. I want the readers to be responsible. If you have to tap out for a little while, tap out. And use your discernment as well, because a lot of us, had stuff that we had to clear out from other outside influences. But take those breaks, take those spiritual baths, the salt baths and cleanses. Do everything you gotta do. Sage your cards. Get new cards if you have to. Cleanse your stones. Y'all, I don't know what I'm drawing. I'm just letting you know that, right? Okay. But, I just want y'all to, tap into that. So I'm going to be doing different little activities. And right now I'm listening to music in my ear. But, and it's relaxing. Sometimes it's just color. Coloring is, a great therapeutic tool. Writing, journaling. Things like that specifically. But just free your brain up a little bit. Meditation, me reading the Bible. Really not even just in the morning. I don't always do just that in the morning. Sometimes I don't know. I use it at different times of the day. If I'm about to talk about a topic, I'm not sure what I'm about to talk about. I might use the Bible if I'm really going through something where I'm like, oh my God, what is next? You'll be very surprised. The stories in the Bible are very interesting. And then some of it is you gotta use your discernment with that too. Don't take every single thing, you stop where, people are so literal. And that's another thing. That's when we lose our imagination. We lose that magic. So it's just very much I don't know. So I stumbled. This playlist got a lot of random songs. So the song that just came off through my little hand off. But so I want y'all to just, stay prayed up. And play. Play, guys. It's so much fun. Oh, the coloring apps. I really like the coloring apps. Also, they have some cool meditation apps out now. Thank you, Jill. I am working on it now. I'm working on a couple of things at one time, but now I have what I need to do that. So yes, that is still one of the missions. So, and that's why, because I don't know what it is about color. It's super therapeutic. The apps are really cool, but it's not the same as working your hands, y'all. That's what you have to understand. We're an extension of God, right? So you got to understand the difference between typing something versus writing something. You know what I'm saying? So it's how do... This song is distracting the hell out of me. So, it's something about when you use your hands. So with anything, with healing, with massage, with physical art, like painting, coloring, where you're actually using your hands, whether it's like 3D, like clay work, gardening, all these things are like getting your hands in it and touching it. So, ooh, I couldn't think, y'all. So, distracted. So, yeah, play, y'all. Play. That's all I'm saying. It's important. It releases your, all your little endorphins, all that good stuff. Looking for, is this the same one? Okay. Is this looks dark. I don't know what color I'm in. So, but I think people are coming back into their balance now. And for like the little baby light workers, there are like some young light workers who are coming to these really small ascensions. Reach out to people who are older, that are safe, that are close to you, to receive the information. Like, you have to receive the information from somebody who's your elder, but it doesn't have to be elder. So, you know what I'm saying? Because we're all like learning different levels. Also, that's the other thing. When you step into the things that you play, that you enjoy, you'll be surprised. Those things can make you money. They can provide for you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do that. I don't know if you want to do that. You don't have to. But yeah, I wanted to come on and color today. So, and y'all, so my art, I'll be doing some things with that. I am working on my little tarot deck that I've been using to do little readings. I will probably eventually do some like intuitive oracle cards. I don't know. Y'all know I be having a million ideas out here. Every day is a different one. But, I usually try all of them. That's the other thing. So if you get ideas, just try them. Step out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Mickey. So, just like, you have to try them. Don't sit on those ideas. Like, yes, some of the ideas might feel like they're, far-fetched, or it's too big to start. Start small. Do something really, really small to start the idea. But if you're getting the idea, it's probably God being like, yeah, you should try that. It might work. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop fearing jumping out there on faith for real. And stop worrying about, like, oh, am I going to be provided for this? Or will I have this? The reality is, if you're doing it what God wants you to do, He's going to provide for you. If you are not moving in that, then you're going to go through issues. And we all do it. We all, we stubborn. Some of us are stubborn with God. I talk about it all the time. I told you I'll be in this job negotiating life, okay? And sometimes it works in my favor. It's just like, well, you said ass, so I'm going to try my best. So, yeah. I have no idea what this is right now. But, so find that thing in the day that you can, you know, gear your day into the right direction. When I used to work at that job that I was like struggling with the last like 2 years of that job. So, well, specifically the last year of that job, it was really hard to just get up and want to go. And I started doing the coloring app in the morning. I had a coloring book at my desk, and I would take the first, like 15 minutes while I was setting stuff up, and literally just like, while people have like coffee and stuff like that. Nah, I would literally have a cup of tea sometimes, and I would take 10-15 minutes to literally just balance my energy. So I would take my coloring book out, color, and then sometimes during my lunch break I would do that too, just to kind of rebalance. And it really helped, or if somebody comes in and makes you mad and you need a little moment and you can't like maybe go outside real quick, pull out a coloring app, pull out a coloring book, something really like mindless but that's like positive. And coloring, that type of movement, is positive energy coming back into your body. I know I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I mean, I'm coloring and and talking and listening to music in my ear. But so find those things that make you feel like a big kid. Like if you like to jump around, like go to a trampoline park. If you like to roller skate, like get you some roller skates. Like tap into those things that you was like, oh, when I was little, I used to love do those things. Sometimes even rock those things. Like I'll wear things like that right now. Going on Amazon. So yeah. But I've always been that kid. I was that kid. Like I just liked really fun things. I liked girly things. I did, but it was more so like whatever was fanciful. Like especially in the 80s, everything was so fanciful in the 80s. And then I liked adventure stuff. So y'all remember those like those stories that had the alternate endings? Those books, that was my jam. Oh my god, I used to love them jams. So then I used to also what else? I was really into those books, the adventure science fiction books that was like you could pick a couple of different alternate. Those were great. The fairy tales. What else? I don't know. Also, like, if you're trying to open up like different parts of your chakras, right? Your heart chakra, your throat, crown, creativity. Like, force yourself to do something you're not used to doing. Drawing, writing, sketching. Don't think about it being dancing, just feeling music, Sorry, y'all. I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm concentrating weird. But yeah, so I also love these markers. These acrylic paint markers. These are the Arteza Jones, but I tag them in a lot of stuff because I like these markers, and these are like, I would say, the more affordable ones, or they have really good sales. There's another brand that I haven't tried yet that I want to try, but it just costs a little more. And to me, paint is paint. That's a lie. Paint is not paint. That is a lie. Why did I say that? But when I'm doing stuff like this, it is like, this is just this is a piece of Bristol, but also, you know what's a funny thing to do? Take days to listen to like different throwback music, like stuff from your childhood. Go watch old cartoons on YouTube, or Netflix, or wherever, you know, those old, you know, all the cartoons in different places. But those are things I like to do when I kind of just want to jog my memory about not being, you know, adult with crazy humans around. But just keep yourself balanced. Understand your happiness is important. If you have children, you gotta be happy. It rubs off on them. They learn how to be happy from you. And they can feel it, you know. So you genuinely gotta be, you know, in a place of happiness for them to learn and understand that. A place of love, a place of understanding. Really putting yourself in their shoes, both sides, you know, the kids, parents, siblings, family members, friends, love relationships. You got to start putting yourself in the other person's shoes, like really looking like, all right, what's this person trying to figure out? You know, what's going on? Instead of us putting our perception of things on people. And that's really what we all have to be very careful about. Now, there's different ways of doing that, right? So there are people who genuinely have gifts and knowledge and stuff like that. Like I keep telling y'all, like, I'm no longer really like, if I'm giving information, it's not, it's less about my opinion, it's more about me delivering a message that God was like, all right, you gotta go say this, you know, or some type of confirmation I received. Like it's less and less about my opinion is what I'm saying. If y'all hear me say anything, this is not like, these are not all opinions I've formulated. This is information that's been downloaded, delivered, and I've been told to talk about it, you know. That's all. But it does clear your head, and I just be trying to stay, you know, good vibes out here. You know, if you still in my world and I still speak to you, then you know you got good vibes. If I don't, it's because you don't. And do I believe that anybody can, y'all know me, like, people go through stuff. So that's where the forgiveness comes in. Y'all, forgiveness is not for the other person. Well, people can benefit from it, but when you really understand, it's, you are asking for forgiveness from God. It's for you, for your healing, for you to be able to deal with whatever you have, you know, put on somebody else, or whatever you misstepped in. But it's really acknowledging to God, like, okay, I messed up, you know what I'm saying? And people need to learn how to accept apologies. I don't think we make it easy for people to like come forward, because we attach our perception of things, we attach expectations, and that's the other thing. You can't have no expectations out here. If you follow, like, the only thing you can expect is people to be people, for God to steer you in the right direction, and for you to have free will and make those choices. You know what I'm saying? But expectations is like you can set some things that you expect, like respect. You know what I'm saying? You can set boundaries, but even with a job, even with your craft, you can't expect nothing. I didn't think I was gonna be doing half the stuff that I do, or half the stuff that I have done. I had no idea. I might have spoke about it. I might have been like, "Oh, I want to do that." I didn't think. Half the stuff I've done, I had no idea. No idea. And manifesting, but you can only manifest if you tap into God all the way. And the crazy thing is, people be trying to lie to God. That is the wildest thing ever. You can lie to people if you want to, but you can't lie to God. I'm trying to tell you, I've tried to test it on purpose, because y'all know I like to do science experiments. So one day I was like, I'm not mad about something, and I got called out like 87 times that day by God. I was like, all right, cool. But it helps your healing, you know. You might sound crazy walking around the house. I talk out loud sometimes, God. I don't care. Well, I talk out loud anyway. But I write letters to God sometimes. I've been talking to my grandparents a lot, and my family members, and my Uncle Matt. That's been cool. I be having whole conversations with them. But like, I just want people to be better, you know. I want people to be better. Like, after watching that 3-6 and Bone Jump the other day, and I'm glad they got it together, I guess, at the second half of the show. But like, I was so blown that happened. I was just like, no. Like, first of all, I love both of those groups. You know, like, to me, that's not even a battle. It's just like, that's the best. Like, those are my two favorite, like, what? Like, that's my smoke music. That's like everything, right? My party music, my vibing music. And so I was disappointed that you know, the whole little situation happened. And I prayed when that happened. I was like, I'm gonna pray, because that is crazy. And I was like, Lord, don't let that go too much further than what we just saw, and us embarrassing ourselves. But, you know, it's real and it happens. And this is why we gotta learn to control ourselves. We gotta work on our mental health. We gotta make sure we're not overindulging. You can have fun and drink and party. I know I do. But it's about doing it for the right reasons. Don't do it because you're sad. Don't do it because you grieving. Don't do it because you had a funeral. Like, this is why we attach the wrong things. We drinking at funerals when you sad and grieving. And then we wonder why we have drinking addictions in our community. Like, we gotta reroute how we choose to cope with things. Like, oh, why don't we use prayer, meditation, and a retreat when we're grieving? And then you would be creating a new situation, right? You'd be creating new energy. Like, I drink when I want to relax. I drink when I'm chilling. If I got any little bad energy, I don't do it. I got too many alcoholics, too many addicts in my family for generations. Like, no. So, but yeah, so But this is why everybody's gotta, live their life for them. Do your best to, believe in something bigger than yourself that's positive and light. What am I doing, man? I don't know. So, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. This is about to be the most interesting. I don't know. Growth, man. It's just about growth, staying balanced, finding things that make you find that little calmness in your day. And if you have naysayers around you for anything, now, when I say naysayers, y'all, I don't mean concerned people because you're in something toxic or something like that, right? I'm talking about naysayers that have no merit, okay? They just standing in your way of happiness. Like, if you sense that in people, you gotta get away. It took me a long time to learn that, like, because I had people that, I consider myself to be very loyal to. And I was like, why am I being loyal to somebody who's always bringing me down? You know what I'm saying? Or always being like, no, don't do that. No, don't talk to that person. No, you had to be like, nah, something ain't right about that. If somebody's always bringing destruction around you, always trying to redirect something that you feel like, okay, this feels right now. There's a thin line between that and mental health, right? But it's also about, like, where is it coming from? What are your intentions? Where's your source? And you gotta study. You can't just stay within yourself. You gotta build a community around you or be a part of a community, because if you just out here talking to self and God, I don't know. You gotta make sure you're talking to God. That's all I'm saying. A lot of people think they are, and they are not. I don't know. I don't know what this is right now. I'm just doing anything. I like the little twistable crayons. Sometimes I like crayons. I was the kid, and no, I'm still the person that would get excited with that. Like, somebody could be like, here's this big ass box of crayons, here's this big ass box of paint markers and art stuff, and I'll be like, thank you. Like, here's some crystals and some tarot decks. And some art supplies. That's fun for me. I be geeked. So, the whole point of our gifts that we're given is to use them. If you're not using them for good, they will be taken away. You will, you won't be able to use them. So you gotta make sure everything you're doing is for the right reason. People you cutting off is for the right reasons. Boundaries you set. no matter who they are. It's about keeping your peace. And if you don't have that peace, you're going to be open to anything. You do got to have that peace, but it's not about total isolation. We're not meant to be totally isolated. Because if you're sharing your gifts with the world, right? If you're sharing the gifts with people around you, in your community, in your family, then at the end of the day, you got to make sure that, you utilize them for something other than just self. And that's what people do a lot. They use the gift they were given and they keep using it for self. And that's where people get messy and things become karmic. And people become greedy. But, just stay in your lane. Keep building the lanes you want to be in. Co-create with the universe. Co-create with God. What you want. And find yourself before you get caught up in somebody else. Or something else so, extra. That's what that's why people mess up with that, too. Focus on you, your healing, and then things will work out. If people learn that earlier in life, a lot of us wouldn't have traumatic relationships and things like that. So focus on self. Don't chase anybody. Unless you put yourself in a situation where you have to chase somebody. But it's about pursuing energy. You know what I'm saying? Pursuing your dreams, pursuing your goals. But not, being obsessive or focusing on self-study. You can be good. How is this dry? Do I need to do that again? No. I need us to be able to play music in here. And I can play it kind of low, but they be tripping. Make sure, I heard a cool tip today. If you can't go outside and ground, if it's too cold or it's wet outside, if you have a plant in your house, put your hand in the dirt, play in the dirt. You can put it on your feet if you need to. I thought that was a cool tip. Also, listen to music that makes you feel good. If you have a playlist and there's songs that you're like, ugh, I don't like that, or it makes your energy feel bad, switch that jump. Because music definitely feeds into your energy and your vibrations. And then just believe in yourself. Keep faith in whatever you're manifesting, the things that you know you see in your future, and don't never let somebody make you feel like, nah, that's not what you supposed to be doing. You don't know what God told that person. That's between them and God. And just keep your little energy up. I've also been going outside more this year. Being in outdoors, literally listening to the trees helps a lot. Pay attention to little synchronicities and signs. Sometimes people see certain animals. Look those animals up if you see a certain animal all the time. Sometimes those are your past loved ones, or it's a sign for you to pay attention to something. A lot of that is just, angels, angel signs. And then there's earth angels. There's people that are down here that are supposed to, cause change. Which is why we always have to be, great with people. We have to be, accept people when they come in. Because you don't know who will be a blessing to you. From God. You don't know who's sent into your life for what reason, what lesson. I'm sure I am probably boring the hell out of y'all. But, I figured, why not? I hadn't drawn in a while. I think the last, I've been drawing on my iPad using Procreate. That's been cool though. I've enjoyed that actually, but this feels different right now. Those of you who do fine arts, who really don't want to do digital, if you're still, in that, Procreate is cool though. I like it. And then there's another one called, I don't know, it's called Art Studio. Um, those are really cool. I enjoy doing those. I didn't feel like I was missing. I mean, it's not the same, right? But it has good movement. I do like the way it looks and comes out. The Art Studio app is really dope because it looks like actual paint, like paint, like stacked paint. It's so cool. So I do that one too. And then also just, stand your ground, be brave, and be sure about the things you want, what you want in your life, who you see in your life. You know. And then regulate yourself. If you're, feel like you've been focused on something too long and it's not moving, focus on something else. Don't stay in situations that don't feed your energy in the right way, right? If there's more misery, then it's time for you to move on to the next thing. And all these things really help you to, keep from having like codependency issues and things like that. And then asking God, like, if you're just not sure, like, like, what am I supposed to be? What am I doing? Or, like, how does this person feel about me? Close your eyes, open the Bible, I bet you get your answer. It's hilarious. I do it all the time. I've always done that, though. I just wanted people to learn that the Bible was still written, transferred through man, and that they needed to use their discernment. So, but manifestations, prayer, but prayer is manifesting, right? You just basically have to stay focused on the goal. And you can do a lot of different things, vision boards, you can, you just don't want to do it all day long, every day. You switch it and you move on to the next thing, pray about it, let it go. Wait for God to deliver what you asked for. Keep doing the work to go towards it. That's the thing. You gotta keep doing the work to go towards it. You can't be like, God, I want this, and then you not doing none of the other stuff He's telling you to work on. Now, sometimes people have a season of rest. Y'all know me. Like, I keep having ideas and I keep doing stuff, but recently He was like, sit your ass down for a second. Go learn some, go study your new gifts. Go study your new this. Go look at this, but He was like, sit your ass down. Go to sleep. You ain't slept in 87 years. And I was like, you're right, God, I haven't. But yeah, so I think we are conditioned as a people, okay, black people specifically, to just keep going. But that's what they wanted us to do, and we have got to get out of that mentality, bruh. That whole 8 hour thing was never a thing, bruh. They were just trying to control your days. That was never conducive to your spirit. That was never conducive. Where was the prayer and meditation time? What, your 30-minute lunch break? You know what I'm saying? Where was that built in? Who's eating their meal in 30 minutes? Like, and where are you going to get this meal? Like, it's about control. It's about, so we don't have time to hone in on the gifts that God gave us. We don't have time to build our families and have quality time. Like, this is why people got to get out of that mindset. That 9 to 5 shit is to kill you. Period. You can't hear me? Is that what you're saying? How y'all doing? I didn't even look up to see who was in here. So what was I talking about? I don't remember. Doing things that make you happy. Like, I used to do ballet, things like that. I still dance. I still, like, I'll dance my Ramon all day. You know, so it's just because I very much know what I enjoy doing. This is where we're at right now. I don't know what any of this is, but this is where we're at with it. What color next? But you gotta be open with your family, open with your kids. Like, look, that's the only way we learn, right? I'm sure I got on my parents' nerves, probably still do, whatever. But I asked a lot of questions. Like, I asked a lot of questions when I was young, because I wanted to know the inner workings of, like, whatever. So let them ask questions. Don't be like, you're too young to ask that question, or like, what? If they're getting the information, they ain't too young for them to ask the question. That's all I'm saying. Whether you are cool about it or not. So, also, they need to know. Like, we be like, oh, let's keep everything so secret, and they shouldn't know this and this. Okay. And then when your kid is out here getting into adult things and they didn't understand what was happening because you wanted to be secretive about your adult things or your past addictions or your past issues. I'm not saying you drop all that on their lap at 5. I'm just saying along the way, you have to expand that information. Period. My mom was pretty good about that. About like expanding the information that she told us along the way. She didn't never not answer me. Now, were her own things projected into it? Sure. Most of those things I tried to take, like, okay, she said this, and then I feel this way, and then I'm going to hybrid this between this, and this. That's very much who I am. But there's so many youngins right now that are just lost in the sauce because they missed that guidance. And it's like we probably thought we were giving them guidance, but it was the guidance we received, and it just wasn't the right information for them. Just like the information I got wasn't good information to us because we were transforming into a different structure, but our parents didn't really know that's what was happening. And so we got that last of that generational structure, and it only worked for some of us, because the rest of my group, the rest of the 80s babies, are supposed to be bringing in, you know, the golden age, the age of Aquarius. We're the ones starting that, really. And then the youngest below us, the kids that are coming in, these are the ones who are going to benefit from that, you know. The ones that are in their like 20s, those are the ones who are really who are like in the confusion state. They can feel what's changing. They don't know what to do with it because not enough of my age group has gotten their hands on them. Or they're getting caught up in what I like to call like the trend of it, but they actually are having these epiphanies, right? But they might be using drugs, or it's like enhancing that and speeding it up in a different way, but they're not, you know, they don't understand the other things they're doing to themselves. So they're not getting that spiritual background part from those of us who have been through like these type of ascensions and received this type of information. And so then you got like, you know, people just like watching YouTube channels and trying to figure out tarot, and then you got people trying to use gemstones or any old type of way. But like faith without works doesn't work. Okay, that's number one. You got to do the work, no matter what you pray for, no matter what you manifest. Karma is gonna go ahead. It's gonna go down if you treat people bad, if you do things that you know are gonna harm others, and it's for your selfish intentions, no matter what that is. Whether you were somebody standing in somebody's way of their destiny, whether you're somebody standing in somebody's way in their freedom, whatever it is, right? Yeah, God sees that. That's all. And we gotta be a support out here, because like I'm trying to tell y'all, these youngins, they sound weird, but they getting new information. They're getting different downloads because they're the ones that are gonna have to find ways to implement it. But they need to talk to people in my age who have the old school. That's why I always call us the bridge, right? The 80s babies are like the bridge. And really the younger, not the younger, the elders, which would be, I think, like 70, 78, 77, somewhere around there, to like 87, 86. So, yeah, we're really supposed to guide them, but some of us, some of that age groups lost in the sauce or got stuck in the matrix of the world. So they, we having to talk to them differently. It's just a lot. There's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of downloads. That's why I come on here and try to share with y'all what I know, because I do have youngins around me who are trying to get into this type of energy, but they're just doing it like it's misguided. That's all. It's misguided, and they haven't been through enough to have like an ego death. They haven't been able to do enough to have their maybe whole world fall apart. But that doesn't mean they're not receiving the downloads. Because they are going to be a little less traumatic. You want the light workers to be less traumatic. So. And get help. Like, go to therapy. Don't just rely on one source. Don't rely on just church without going to you getting professional medical help. Don't rely on just, you can rely on God, but don't rely on just church. Y'all heard what I said. So, just never one source, never one news source, never one media source. Do your research. And that's for all parties, you know what I'm saying? Young and old. And also, just, live your life to the fullest. That's what I can say about that. Now, y'all know I'm probably not going to finish this one here. But, one finish some of it. I don't want to bore y'all to death. Yeah, so we got so far. I don't know what that is. I hope y'all are tapping in, getting your little inner child play energy. Think about those activities you want to do. Where's my blue? Just be unapologetically you, unless the you that you are hurts people or has bad, energy. Then you need to work on that. Don't be your authentic self. Go fix yourself. Don't say things like, oh, I can't change because I've been like this forever. Lies. God would never do that to us. He would never not give us the opportunity to shift or change ourselves. That's not even how any of this works. No part of the world works like that. Also, manifesting, praying, faith. I'm going to tell you right now, the more your heart chakra is open, the more you speak and move from your heart space, the more you manifest, the quicker you manifest. The more you give, the more you get back. It just might not be on the timeline you think it's going to be. Or it might be. It'll probably be right on time. Just not whatever your expectation. You can't have expectations of God's timeline either, which is, comes with learning that, I still will try to negotiate my best because I don't know. I don't know what I can ask for. You know what I'm saying? So I just keep negotiating. So when you draw and doodle while you're listening to music, just let your hand move with the music. Like, try not to overthink what you're drawing, right? Guys, anybody that pops in and out. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the rest of it. I've been on here for a long time now. So this is what we have so far with my little coloring and drawing today. Some little clouds. I don't know. It's not finished. But I'm finished. So, do your inner child play. Do some activities that you enjoy. It could be board games. It could be whatever. Keep spreading love and light, and keep telling the people that you love how much you love them. Drop fear and worry and all those things, and step out on faith and continue, you know, having patience for the things that are coming in, and stay focused on the things that you're working on and trying to work towards. And yeah, just, you know, stay good, stay in it, you know what I'm saying? Live and let love, you know what I'm talking about? So y'all have a good one, and I'll talk to you guys later. Y'all can share and all that good stuff. All right, bye guys.